treasurer's investment report.
All right, board, in your packet, you have this year's interest income report, as well as a handful of graphics that outline historical trends in our current interest on our bank deposits. And so you can see historically we've been a little bit all over the map, but the last few years at least have been a little bit better than the decade or so prior to that. And so that's the first order of business today is an acknowledgement of the interest report.
Thank you. Our next item on this agenda is the overall investment policy of the school city of Hobart.
Do we need to do?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Acknowledgement as an action, yes.
And
I'd like to make a motion that the board acknowledge the investment policy has been reviewed and accepted by the Board of Finance.
I just don't have a voting block on this one. That's why I didn't think there's, so on the interest, what we were talking about, it's just an acknowledgement. There's no voting block there. So we're just acknowledging that the investment report has been reviewed and accepted. Oh, now it does say accepted there, but there's no voting block. Chris, do I need to pull one up for that? And Mr. Longer, would that be legally appropriate?
I'm not sure I followed your question.
My question is, do we need to actually have a motion and a second? Or are we acknowledging or are we accepting? Because it says both.
I think as long as you're acknowledging, you can do it in the form of a motion, but as long as you've got consensus and the record reflects that, we're okay.
Yeah,
Let me
Pat
get
could
that.
just, if you want to do it that way, Ricky, she
Okay.
could just take notes on that.
Perfect.
And she could just note that, there was a consensus, everybody agreed.
Works for me. Do you want to do a roll call then, Mr. Porras?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll have a roll call then. David Cosbade,
Aye.
Don Rogers.
Aye.
Brad Keane.
Aye.
Stuart Schultz.
Aye.
Frank Porras votes aye. Sandy Hillen is absent, and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Now we can do the investment policy is next.
The law also requires the Board of Finance to review the overall investment policy of the political subdivision. According to the Indiana Board of Depositories, local investing officers should have a written investment policy adopted for the board to review. Attached is our policy, which is consistent with Indiana law. The term policy in this case actually refers to administrative procedures. In the absence of specific board policy in this area, the board policy instructs administrators to follow state and federal law. Notably, there are no changes to this document from prior years. I would note on your list of acceptable designated depositories that we are in the process of moving more of our accounts over to Centir. Tracy Brumley and Grant Snedeker and Judy Henry have done a great job with that in our office. We believe this is going to get us a little bit better return on the money in the bank, and we're very happy with the customer service at Centir as well.
It's a good move for us.
Thank you. Board, your pleasure.
I'd like to make a motion that the board acknowledge the investment policy has been reviewed and accepted by the Board of Finance.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Board, if you would like to place your votes electronically this time, please.
We're finishing up a pre-meeting, so come on in and you can have a seat anywhere you want.
All right, we have a 6-0 vote. Thank you, board. Next item on our agenda is the old outstanding checks. Mr. Glover?
Not later than March 1st of each year, the treasurer is instructed to prepare or cause to be prepared a list and duplicate of all checks outstanding for 2 or more years as of December 31st, the last preceding year. The original copy shall be filed with the Board of Finance of the school corporation and the duplicate copy maintained by the treasurer. The treasurer shall enter the amounts so listed as a receipt to the fund or funds upon remove the checks from the list of outstanding checks. If the fund on which the checks were originally drawn is not in existence or cannot be ascertained, the amount of such checks shall be receipted to the education fund or operations fund as appropriate. Board action is not required, since the checks are already voided. So we simply recommend that the minutes reflect that this report has been provided to the board.
Well, there you go, Board. We've heard that. So thank you, Mr. Glover, for that. And we'll acknowledge that and move on to our next item. And that would be our fiscal indicators, Mr. Glover.
Thank you. Indiana code requires that the superintendent of the corporation or their designee submit a written report assessing the financial condition of the school corporation to the Board of Finance during their annual meeting in January. The Board of Finance shall review the submitted report. A specific format for this report is not outlined in statute. However, the report should use the distress unit appeal board's fiscal indicators as the basis for the assessment of the school corporation's overall financial condition. In your packet, Board, you've got a couple of documents including the various data sources that DUAB uses to compile the fiscal indicators, as well as the aforementioned written report, which we can go through here quickly as a recap of this process. What you will find in your packet on the written report is a mixture of graphics that DUAB provides directly on their website. These graphics are accessible publicly through the Distress Unit Appeals Board. At the top there, we've got our ADM count as well as 2025 assessed value and estimated population. The second graphic is a simple history of our ADM counts over the last several years, broken down by spring, fall, and virtual. Reminder that ADM, of course, is the basis for the bulk of the funding in the education fund through state tuition support. All calculations for the formula are approved by the General Assembly and can be found in code. This graphic that I've included here outlines some historical back and forth, both on a calendar year basis and on a fiscal year basis, where you can see over the course of the last 5 years the fluctuation in ADM as well as the changes in funding. Reminder that funding is determined predominantly by the ADM count, but of course the formula itself changes every 2 years when the state redoes their budget process. They alter variables, and so what you see there played out is the combination of those two things, right? It's either the rise or the fall of the ADM, but then we've also got the formula itself changing on an annual basis, which plays into those adjustments as well. The next graphic on fund balances, the first one you can see has a wide variety, about 12 different categories there, including all of our typical funds that we focus on: education, operations, debt service, our referendums, but also construction funds that we hold internally, federal funds such as the title grants, federal stimulus funds, the old COVID ESSER packages are present there as well. The next page is the same analytic, but broken down to simply focus on the funds that we rely on to operate the district here: the education fund, the operations fund, and the operating referendum fund. Some reminders on the following page on fund balances. Remember that when we do a bond project that results in capital funds resting with us in one of our construction construction funds, that can cause major fluctuations to those balance figures on the first version of that graphic, right? If we take out a $5 million bond, then you're gonna see an immediate spike in fund balances that year, right? And then as we subsequently spend down construction funds, you're gonna see a natural reduction in fund balances there, which is part of why I included the second version that focuses just on the education fund and the operating funds, so that you can see some of that other noise sort of removed from there. We've talked at length during budget season about the various factors that are at play for us in education and in operations. So a lot of those things you can see played out in the data there. The increasing circuit breaker loss over time, global inflation in utilities, fuel, all types of insurance, whether that's property casualty, cyber, medical, workers' comp, right? We've seen significant increases across the board in all of those areas. Correct, yeah. And so there are some reminders there in the report to that effect as well. And then, of course, on the education fund, a few reminders, ADM fluctuation as a result of increased school choice, virtual education, the state's voucher program. These are all things that have been consistent challenges for us in recent years. We already mentioned the rise in insurance cost, as well as the transition of curricular materials funding. This was previously in an entirely separate fund. The state, over the last few years, has made changes to code designed to move that into the education fund. And so that's part of what you see played out in the history there as well.
Right, so you need to keep in mind that was a separate payment to us in prior years. And now it's just part of the education fund, it's not extra. So, I wanna remind everybody of that, because it does skew what the numbers look like. Because you used to get that in addition, for curricular materials.
And so any place on here where I've added in data for 2025 for your review, that should be considered preliminary at this time. We're not yet finished closing out the year, but we're far enough into that process that we can at least give you a look at what we expect.
We do wanna also point out that you're halfway in the year, and don't forget, there were some things that were done, in terms of employment. So we had attrition, we had some reductions in force, and so those were things that were put into play to match the lowering of our enrollment, right? So those things were necessary to do, but you're not gonna see a full reflection of that because it's only a partial year, right?
The next slide focuses on basic deficit and surplus calculations. Here again, we've run two different versions of that, one that includes all funds, and another that includes the core education and operational funds, because as I mentioned earlier, the construction funds in particular can skew those numbers when they're included in the calculation, right? You get the spike in revenue when they come in, and then you spend them down over time. Finally, we move to fund balances as a percentage of expenditures. So this is a simple calculation that looks at those funds, what the cash balance is at the end of each year, and what that is as a percentage of all the expenditures in those funds for the same year, right? And so you can see there that we've gone generally anywhere between 15% and 20% over the last decade. Very stable, thanks in part to the operating referendum, which allows us to continue our transportation program. We've included preliminary data there for staffing adjustments that Dr. Buffington mentioned as a result of those ADM fluctuations. The next couple of slides are simply revenue by type. This focuses in on the source of our revenue for the various funds year to year. The first version of that is more all-inclusive, including federal revenue and things of that nature. And then the graphic below that, as we've done in pattern here, kind of strips away some of those other things and focuses in more on the sustainable local revenues that we expect to see year after year, including the referendum. And then finally, a graphic specifically related to the operating referendum, which shows the levy within that fund and the history of that over time. And again, as assessed value has risen within the community, the referendum fund has historically generated a little bit more revenue as time has gone on. Reminder that legislative changes this past spring will result in the opposite effect here for the next 5 years or so,
Yeah.
as they tweaked the way that
Right.
assessed value is taxed.
Well, and so SEA 1, Senate Enrolled Act 1 on the referendum that we just passed over the course of the next 8 years, we'll lose $6.5 million out of that referendum. Just thought you would like to know that.
Right, so you're watching that incline a little bit over time, you're gonna watch it
You're
over the
gonna
next
see it go
5
down.
years decrease, right?
Right.
And with that, that concludes the written report.
All right. Board, your pleasure on the fiscal indicators data?
I'd like to make a motion that the board acknowledge the fiscal indicators report has been reviewed and accepted by the Board of Finance.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Board, if you would vote electronically again, please. Thank you. That passes 6-0. And our next item on the agenda would be to adjourn the Board of Finance meeting. And we're going to start our regular board meeting here in just a second. I don't know why it won't go.
I'm showing,
Are you in?
Yeah, I mean,
There we go. Now it's going. Okay. You know what time we got. All right, it's 7:01. We're going to call the next meeting to order. We did meet in an executive session this evening at 6:15, followed by the Board of Finance meeting, and I'm calling to order. And now we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please, if everyone would stand.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There we go. Nope. All right. First up is our approval of minutes. Attached are the minutes of the regular session meetings held on January 8th, 2026.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve the payment. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong one here. Mine's not,
We skipped the minutes.
I saw that. Now I got it.
we gotta go back.
There we go. It's not going back for me, Chris, sorry. See, every time I go back, it's showing as unsynced. There's, I'm on minutes, and do I need to sync here? I don't. Okay. Now is everybody there? Perfect. All right. We all good?
Okay,
I'm
I'd
ready.
like to make a motion, the board approve the regular session minutes of January 22nd, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Board, all those in, would you please?
Should that reflect a different date? It's the minutes for, should be for January 8th.
Yeah,
Oh, yep, the board minutes should be for January 22nd.
No, yeah, it should be for January 8th.
It does say board minutes. Oh, wait a minute.
The title of the board minutes is correct, but we just need to amend the motion to say January 8th.
Stu, would you like to
so
amend?
amended, January 8th.
Thank you. And Don, you're still seconding?
Second.
Thank you. And the voting blocks are up. There you are. Thank you, board. Next on the item agenda is the financial reports. Ladies, that would be you.
Okay. All right, so first we have school education, $1,106,931.45. Education form curriculum mapping, $292.02. Exempt operating post 2009, $91,349.94. Debt service, $4,401,870. Referendum debt, post 2009, $890,500. School operations, $539,807. School lunch, $174,521.50. Self-insurance fund, $448,638.07. Community gifts and donations, $1,727.44. Building brickies, $1,584.83. SCOH Education Foundation legacy grants, $4,323.80. Early Years Initiative grant, $259.70. Healthy Hobart / BFTS, $172.26. Title I, Part A, fiscal year 25-26, $8,026.42. Title II, Part A, fiscal year 25-26, $3,489.15. Clearing accounts, $459,721.77. Self-insurance clearing, $72,555.30. Clearing / flexible benefits AF, $84,320.79. Clearing / insurance account, $2,986.39. Credit card fee clearing, $5,225.84. And then all of this adds up for the total of vouchers of $8,298,303.67.
Thank you. Board?
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve payment of the vouchers for January 22nd, 2026.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion?
Thank you for reading them.
Right?
Nice job.
Nice job, Shuji.
If there is no discussion, please place your vote. And we pass 6-0. Thank you, board. Are there any comments on agenda items from the audience? If not, we'll move on to the next, which is the personnel report.
Board, in your packet, you have a copy of the personnel report for January 22nd. Board action is requested.
I'd like to make a a motion that the board approve the personnel report as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If there is not, you may place your vote, please. And we pass 6-0. Thank you, board. And the next item on the agenda is what everybody is here for, and that would be the presentation recognition of our 2025 Hobart High School football athletes.
All right, very good. So I'm gonna ask the student board reps to join me over here. Typically, Mr. Black is here. I'm not sure what happened, but
He's probably at senior night for swim.
he is. But we have coaches here, so that's awesome. So we'll do the pleasures. I'm gonna introduce our head football coach, Mr. Schreiber, and you will be able to introduce our players and some of the accolades that they have. Thank you to the parents and students for coming out on such a cold night. I'm gonna hand the mic over to you.
Yeah.
And we'll join you out here to celebrate our football team.
Thank you, board. I appreciate you guys coming, having us here to honor this team and what they accomplished this season. I could spend 2 or 3 hours talking about these boys and what they accomplished. I did at the banquet, and I apologized a few times to you guys about that. But truly, it was a pleasure watching these kids compete every Friday night, and what they were able to accomplish together as a team was incredible. And then even obviously their individual accolades were also incredible. Obviously, we went 10-3 this season, won a sectional championship. It's the 23rd in school history. That was a team number 98 for Hobart football history, which is incredible to think about. We started playing football in 1927 here, and to be able to add to the legacy of Hobart football in the way that they did and how they competed with each other was truly incredible. Winning 10 games during the season was also a big feat. It was the 5th time we've had double-digit wins since '97, which is incredible. Again, a testament to these kids and many other just team accolades that again is just truly a testament to their work ethic, what they accomplished all off season. It's a sport that requires a lot out of you. You have to be selfless. You got to be able to love your teammates, whether or not they say that to them or not. They show it in how they play for each other, and truly competed at a high level this season, which was, again, just a pleasure to watch and be able to coach these boys this season. So, yeah, it's kind of what I've got. You can go through the accolades. Yeah.
Typically, we call up, and if they have any academic honors that you want to
Yeah.
highlight, any of the awards, so we'll just wait for you to call them up and
Sure.
we'll
Oh, excuse me, Coach, before you
Go for
start,
it.
to any of the parents, if you want to take any pictures, please feel free. If you don't have to stay in your seat. If you want to move around and get a better view, that's fine. If you need us to move out of your way, please let us know. Whatever you need to do to take your pictures, okay?
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. First up, we'll have Logan Peters come down. Clap it up for him. Logan's a senior for us this season. Had first team all-conference honors, and today was just announced he was IFCA Academic All-State. So that's our Coaches Association. So again, just an incredible feat for him. Played both sides of the football for us. So he played offense and defense. Never really came off the field. He's also on special teams quite a bit. So he's a kid that we'll miss, but we're excited about his future. He has opportunities right now collegiately. He just got a scholarship offer for University of Indianapolis in Indy and Valparaiso University for football. So, yeah. Next up, we'll go Preston Perez. Clap it up for Preston. Congrats, buddy. Preston was just recently accepted into Indiana University, Bloomington, which is awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it's incredible.
I'm just kidding. Are you excited about going after everything you just witnessed? I'm sure. Yeah. Congratulations to you.
Yes. Yeah, he was first team all conference. Preston, for most of his high school career, played a position that he didn't last year. He was a running back, linebacker. Our coaching staff, myself, asked him to change positions, and it truly helped change the trajectory of our team in a lot of ways. The selflessness that he showed, putting his hand on the ground, playing offensive line, defensive line, truly showed just how much he sacrifices for his teammates, how much he loves his teammates, and playing Hobart football. So just incredible. He was first team all-conference as well this season, and right now competing in wrestling. I believe, 24-2? 24-3, sorry. 24-3 right now, so doing really well. Yeah. Next up, Alex Tatum. Alex was kind of our do-it-all quarterback, the leader of the team. As a player individually, when we talk about total offensive yards, he accumulated 2,600 total offensive yards. So what that means is that out of the about 4,000 yards of offense that we had, he had more than half of them for himself. And not just his own personal doing. Obviously, he's an incredible player, plays with his heart on his sleeve, fights for every yard, and is a really great encourager, a leader, a captain on the team. But also just a testament to those kids around him that love to play for him and sacrifice for him to do what he's able to do as a quarterback. So he is on the IHSA Leadership Council as well as on our own personal team's Leadership Council. He has been the last few years, has many other academic accolades, and does an incredible job in the school representing our program. And he's also competing in wrestling as well. Right now, I believe he's still ranked first in semi-state at 190, so competes in multiple sports, which is great, and we love that. So congrats, Alex. Next up will be Aiden Cash. Aiden is another guy on our in our program that hardly ever came off the field. Played defensive end on defense and played tight end and wing back for us on offense. A kid that just truly just dedicates himself to the weight room and off-season training multiple times a week. He's a really good student and has tremendous opportunities to play at the next level. So we're really proud of what he's done. Again, plays with his heart on his sleeve. Not necessarily the most emotional guy. I did get excited, though. I think it was against New Prairie in the first round of sectionals. He made a play in the backfield and, clapped. He was excited for himself, which was awesome because he usually doesn't play that way. But that life in him and what we expect out of him this year, we're really excited about what he can do for us. And he was also first team all-conference this year. So good job, Aiden. Next up, we'll go Ethan Abrego. Ethan, again, just a kid that over the course of my time knowing him, how much he's grown from his freshman year to his senior year, and what he was able to accomplish on the field for us this season was just truly incredible. How much he's matured and truly was a staple for us on our defensive line, like an anchor for our defensive line, played tackle, defensive tackle for us. Wanted to always be on the field. I had to push him back a little bit and just have him focus on D-line. But he did get in on offense, even had a carry on offense, which was cool. What was that play called? Waffle House. Waffle House is a play he created. Yeah, it was awesome to watch on senior night. But yeah, the way he competed, the way he loved his teammates. It was halftime, a New Prairie game. And we were up pretty big at the time, and we hadn't beaten them now, I guess, for a while. And we came close the year before, but it was like halftime of that game. And I look over at Ethan after talking to the kids, and he's in tears, because of how proud he was of his teammates, how much passion and love he has for his teammates, and not wanting the season to end at that point. And that's just how he always competed, loved his teammates, and did everything we asked him to do. So we're very thankful for you, buddy, and looking forward to what you do in the future. Next up, Brenton Thompson. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
Brenton is another kid, again, like all of these guys that really bought into our weight room program in the off season. So to put things in perspective a little bit, the year prior to me taking over, we have clubs. We have weight room clubs, and it's 800-pound club, 900-pound club, and 1,000-pound club. Okay, and we add up our power, clean, bench, and squat, and they fall under one of those clubs. And Brenton works extremely hard, dedicates himself to it. The year prior to me taking over, we had 1 in the 900 and 4 in the 800, and that was it. This past year, like many of these guys up here, are in multiple clubs. We had 2 in the 1,100-pound club, 1 in the 1,000, 4 in the 900, and 11 in the 800. And Brenton was one of those guys that were able to get on that into one of those clubs and truly dedicates himself in the off season. This year in particular, he came in when we needed him most, and against Lowell, week 6. And had no prior varsity experience, but he grew. And from his time in week 6 to the last game of the season, he showed tremendous growth and developed extremely well. And so he saw his work ethic come to fruition this season, and we're so proud of him and what he was able to do, and we're looking forward to what you can do this year. Congrats. Next up, Miles White. Miles, sophomore this year, although he doesn't necessarily look like a sophomore, or always played like a sophomore. He definitely played beyond his years, just very gifted, talented, played a huge role for us on the defensive side of the ball, playing our stud safety / like linebacker hybrid type kid. And it was a position he had big shoes to fill from the previous year. And he showed, again, tremendous growth from the spring to the summer. And competed at a high level, and his understanding of the game grew tremendously. And from week 1 to the last week of the season, he was just such a big component to our defense, making sure what he's doing his job right, setting the edge and making plays on the edge, but also kind of being himself. I think he kind of grew a little bit to be himself, and when he's himself and he's happy and a little goofy, and it helps with the team morale. And we have a good group of kids that are like that truly help elevate everyone else around them. And so, yeah, we're really excited about what he can do next year and maybe taking on multiple roles. But, yeah, congrats, Miles. Next up, Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller, second year now starting at free safety for us, also took on a role at receiver on offense. A kid that is truly selfless. He's always in the right place at the right time, kind of like our quarterback on the defensive side of the ball in the secondary, making sure that everyone's in the right position in coverage and making adjustments as needed. And, from year 1, his sophomore year, he kind of came onto the scene and really didn't know what he could do, who he could be. And we had an injury early on his sophomore year where it kind of catapulted him into the starting position as a sophomore. And he grew from there, showed tremendous growth, the ability to make plays, wasn't afraid to stick his head in there and make plays in the box and tackle in the box, but also could range and do a lot of things in the secondary, like intercept passes and whatnot, and playing coverage. So this year took on an extended role on offense and made a lot of big plays in the passing game, some really awesome catches for big gains, and we're excited about what he can accomplish this next season. He's also competing in basketball just like Miles. I forgot to mention Brenton's a thrower in track as well, so a lot of multi-sport athletes here, but really excited about what Steven can do this next season. And yeah, man, congrats. I'm happy for you. Next up will be Michael. Michael was a honorable mention for all-conference punter, and he replaced Xander Langford, who is irreplaceable in a lot of ways. Xander's an incredible kid. Started for us 3 years, was a kid that was kind of like our surefire, like we needed a kick or a good punt, like we knew we were going to get it out of Xander. And Michael came out, worked with Xander in the spring and in the summer, and kind of learned to love it and love the locker room and his teammates, and saw a different side of the program, and really became one of our really just highly respected. I knew I could count on him. You know, if we needed a big punt, I knew we could count on him. And in the game of football, there's hidden yardage, and so in our punt game, we can help our defense out tremendously if we can flip the field. And Xander was able to do that quite a bit, and Michael stepped in and did it immediately. And although he may not have played as much as he wanted to at times this year, which is a good thing, okay? It's a good thing if we're not punting all the time. But no, he stepped up and punted over 44 yards on average, which is incredible for a sophomore. Top 5 in the state of Indiana, definitely I think first in our area, in our conference. And so we're excited about what he can do moving forward into his junior year. But congrats, Michael, and thank you. He's also a multi-sport guy. He's a goalie for soccer and a baseball player. So really cool. Next up, Pacey Gomez. Pacey's a sophomore this year, started for us early on, faced some adversity with injury, and became a guy that we knew we could rely on later in the season. But his growth and development, genuinely did not expect him to play the role he did early on. We had some young guys up on the offensive line this season, and we had to replace 4 seniors on our offensive line, and he was one of those kids that did that early on, and did an incredible job, had a tremendous amount of in-game experience, quality experience. He's a really great kid, always like just optimistic and fun to talk to. And he's a big Penn State fan, so when they fired their head coach, I gave him a little hard time about that. And Tennessee took their defensive coordinator, but we won't talk about that either. But anyway, really enjoyed his growth and development. Another kid that has totally bought into the weight room, throws for track as well. We're excited about his future, man, and what he can contribute next year. Next up, Jensen LaFoon. Yes, buddy. Jensen came onto the scene for us in the varsity lineup midway through the season. His first varsity start was against Andran, which was a little rough playing against those guys as a sophomore, being that your first in-game experience, but he gave it everything he has. That's what he does consistently. He takes a lot to heart. So what you give him and what you try to give him to work on, he's going to take it and run with it. And he's done exactly that as the off-season's progressed. But even as the season's progressed, he did a tremendous job and being a mainstay on our offensive line. Also played and rotated at times at linebacker for us on defense, but played multiple sports. He's a thrower for track and obviously competes for us in the football program. We're expecting a lot out of him this year. I think you've already put on, 20 pounds this offseason since the season ended, which is good. We like that. But healthy weight, of course, but really, really awesome, really great kid, an incredible student athlete, and we're excited about what he can do for us next year. And Devin Benton. It's okay. Probably not. He's a freshman. It's okay. Devin is a freshman this year for us, was one of our freshmen. We called up 9 total freshmen to our varsity sectional roster. He was one of those kids. He showed a lot of ability in the secondary to compete and give us opportunities, especially on scout team. It's not fun playing scout football at all, but it takes a selfless person to do it consistently, and he showed up and did that for us. Again, a tremendous athlete with a bright future, but we are excited about what he can do for us next year as well. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Because for some reason, it's not in there.
That's okay.
But we'll get yours made for you, okay?
Before you guys go down, so can the parent get a group picture and send it to me, please?
Yeah.
Somebody grab a group picture and send it to me.
That would be great.
Sure.
Any coaches that want to come up and join too?
Show everybody what we got.
Yeah, if anybody would send that to Mr. Schreiber so he could say, oh, Monty, can you send that to me when you're done?
Oh, I know, right?
Hey, we're extremely proud of you. We'll get it for you.
Thank you.
Hey, boys. Yes, thank you to all the parents for coming out tonight. Thank you for representing us, and be safe and warm, and go Bricks. Looking forward to the next season. Thank you,
Wow.
Coach.
Thank you.
I don't
Take
even
tomorrow
have to
off.
announce it anymore. Yeah, take tomorrow off.
They still have to do either.
And we'll get one.
Usually it's you have homework to do and you have class tomorrow, but not so much.
Good job.
All right, thank you. Great job.
You got a hero worshiper, huh?
How you doing? How's your knee?
So Devin's
I'll
not
send you a
on
pizza
there.
order
Did
stuff.
you not wrestle Tuesday?
Did you pick up a
Hey,
sheet?
Eric,
Sell so
Devin
many?
wasn't on the list, that's why we didn't have him.
ELC gave you.
Yeah,
You gonna be okay for sectionals?
he goes everywhere.
Get after us, kid. Got high hopes. Let's go.
Pretty much every game. Yeah, he did.
All right. I'll give them a minute. Oh,
That's the
see,
assistant
we need to
punter.
leave one of those up here.
Nice job. I gotta admit, I didn't realize you were
I know.
good at punting. That's
I
tremendous.
don't know why we voted for you.
That's awesome.
I heard
Thank
like,
you.
one
All right.
of the best in the state and the best in the air. That's what I heard. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Good job up there. Good job this year.
More to come, I love that.
Nice job. Thank you. Proud of you.
Hey, girls, I
Take
see
care,
you've
my
been
friend.
posting. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. You're welcome.
Job, kid.
Thank
Proud
you.
of you.
You're welcome.
Michael,
See ya. How you doing? Good.
You're an all-star, my friend.
Congratulations. Yep.
okay,
All right.
that's it.
All righty. Next on our agenda item is the School Counselor Appreciation Day. That's you, Dr. Buffington.
Board in your packet, you have a copy of the resolution recognizing our school counselors, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Porras, our secretary.
Read the title. Gotcha.
Okay, so the resolution, we have number 2026-1.
Oh, it's our first one.
Yep. Okay, our School Counselor Appreciation Day.
We're not picking you up on the screen.
Maybe yeah, if you get closer. No, it's okay.
Okay, so we have a resolution number 2026-1, School Counselor Appreciation Day.
Board, your pleasure.
I'd like to make a motion that the board adopt resolution number 2026-1, designating February 4th as School Counselor Appreciation Day.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion, board? If not, Mr. Porras, if you would do a roll call, and board, if you would also do an electronic one, please.
Yes. Okay, so we have a roll call. David Cosby,
Aye.
Don Rogers.
Aye.
Brad Keane,
Aye.
Stuart Schultz.
Aye.
Frank Porras votes aye. Sandy Hillen is absent, and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. Thank you, Board, and that passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is a trademark license agreement with Pell Industries. Dr. Buffington?
Yes, Board, in your packet, you have a copy of the trademark license renewal that Pat Schoon helped prepare. The term of this lease is 2 years, April 6th, 2026 through April 5th, 2028, with a royalty of 10% of the licensee's net selling price of products sold that include trademark, phrase, or image. They have sold products at Target and Meijer. A copy of their trademark agreement is attached in your electronic copy in your packet. Board action is requested.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve the trademark license renewal agreement with Pella Industries and authorize the superintendent to execute the agreement as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
I think their flyers should all have Bricky gear on them instead of Kingston. Just saying.
There you go.
Don't buy it if it doesn't.
All righty, and we passed that one 6-0. Thank you, Board. Our next item on the agenda is the board delegates and committee assignments. I did send that out yesterday in an email, and I have that here next to me. For 2026, Negotiations Committee is myself and Mrs. Hillen. The NICEC appointment is to Mr. Keene, with Frank Porras being his alternate. The ISBA voting delegate is Mr. Porras. The School City of Hobart Educational Foundation Board of Directors is Mr. Cospade. Insurance Committee is myself and Mr. Rogers. The Policy Committee is Mr. Rogers and Mr. Cospade. The Student Handbook Committee is myself and Don Rogers. The Park Board would be Mrs. Hillen with Mr. Schultz as the alternate. The student representatives are Mrs. Hillen and Mr. Keene. The Facilities Naming Committee is Mr. Schultz and Mr. Cospade, and the Hobart Redevelopment Commission belongs to Mr. Schultz. I appreciate those of you that volunteered and were just selfless in their decisions and wherever they'd like to choose, or wherever they'd like to sit. Next item on the agenda is the recognition of staff members. Dr. Buffington?
Well, Board, the city has their award ceremony now that they do annually, and it's just worthy to note how many of the people that are getting awards this year are from School City of Hobart. And so I thought it would be nice to publicly recognize what's happening here. The Tony Wirtz Award is being given to Kenny Evans, who's a middle school teacher. A lot of this has to do with community service. For those of you who do not know Tony Wirtz, he used to work for the School City of Hobart. What a great guy. Rachel Rodriguez Award. Rachel Rodriguez used to work for us as well. And that's being given to none other than Don and Jackie Rogers. And again, for the love of the Brickies and just serving children. And so the Youth Citizen of the Year is none other than Grace Anderson, who is our student board rep and student extraordinaire.
Thank you.
Yes, and we couldn't be prouder of you, Grace. We have known you for a very long time, and you are one of the most selfless students that I have ever met. And I even see Shujing shaking her head. And what you wouldn't do for other kids and other people is just, it's unimaginable, really, that someone of your age would be so thoughtful and so hardworking to make sure that others are taken care of. So you represent us well, and we couldn't be prouder of you. Educational excellence, Casey Allen, our principal at Veterans Elementary. And then our police officer of the year is Corporal Mike Jimenez, and he's the SRO at the middle school. What's really interesting about that is that, a lot of people see him as the SRO at the middle school, but they don't see some of the extra things that he actually does for us and the city. He is the middle school esports coach, but on the police side of things, he works SWAT, crime scene investigations, helps out in the detective bureau. He's very good with cybersecurity, So he has a lot of talents, and they use all of them.
There's a full plate.
This is just a whole host of people that we are so incredibly honored to have work for us. And true Bricky spirit, these people work hard, give hard, and they do it because they love it. They love people. So I want to congratulate them, and I know that you would want to do that as well.
Okay. Congratulations to all of the winners. 2 of them sitting here next to us among us.
They have a nice little awards dinner that they will be going to.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to the 2 of you and the rest of our employees. Our next item on the agenda is non-resident transfer information for the 26-27 school year. Dr. Buffington?
Board, in your packet, you have a copy of the non-resident transfer. And as your board policy states, we have to let the public know how many students we would be willing to take. And as you know, last year we said we would take up to 200 students, and we took about 70 students during open enrollment. Now, what's significant about this is just looking at the ratios that we could go to as we accept open enrollment. And so the 70 that came, they can stay if they're in good standing according to the statute, which, you know, you can't have been suspended more than 10 days, expelled for drugs or alcohol, cause physical altercations, or your attendance is poor. And so, you know, we're reviewing those students right now. And in addition, we make room for, should we not have those numbers, anybody that fills out an application, we could review that and offer them a seat. Again, we wouldn't see ourselves going over 200. We didn't last year, but we want to make sure that that's available to help us with declining enrollment. And that also helps our education fund when our ADM can stay stable. All right.
Thank you for that information, Dr. Buffington. And the next item on our agenda is school information.
Board, in your packet, you have a copy of all of our weekly agendas, and you have the BRIC Center.
Thank you for that. And the next one is the upcoming activities and events.
There's quite a few that have already happened. So last night we did the Anxious Generation, it was the Bricky Parent Academy workshop, and thank you for coming. We really appreciated that. Brad and his wife came. It was a very interactive session, and it was so interactive that we actually didn't finish the book, and we're going to do a part 2 because people asked for part 2. And so we're going to host it again and finish the book and add a few other details. But I was really proud of the parents that came. They're genuinely concerned about what they need to do to protect their children from having anxiety. And, you know, obviously you're reading a book from an author's perspective with a lot of research in it, where they're talking about screen time. Namely, though, most of it came down to social media. And are you allowing your children to be on social media? What's the appropriate age? What can you do? We talked a lot about even our youngest children having more authentic playtime and giving them, you know, taking risks in terms of play. And because it's just different than when we all grew up, right? So like, you used to ride your bike down the street. Parents don't allow that anymore. You know, so you do have safety concerns and things like that. But the whole book goes through many avenues of what's causing our students to be so anxious all the time and like afraid of failure because we don't let them fail, right? And then looking at screen time and what happens, you know, with bullying, addiction, etc. And then we gave them some concepts for parent controls. Mr. King came up and did that, and Monty White was there. He did that as well. We had a host of administrators there because we had divided that book during our administrative retreat and all took different chapters. And so I'm really encouraged that they want to have a part 2. I wish more parents would come sleep deprivation is one of the number one things that we see as educators as a factor involved in this. And, you know, you can even look at the research. Sleep deprivation is likened to drunk driving, right? You're not in tune with what needs to be going on. You're not focused on what you're doing. So, you know, we talked a lot about taking your devices from your children. They're charging in your room. We talked about how you could do, you could take your network and you could have it shut off at an appropriate time. We talked about the software that the school provides that you can start watching and closing things down accordingly as well. And then we even had a parent there that started giving some advice on what she did with her Apple device. And so
I do
there's
that.
tons of people doing the right thing. We just need many to recognize that the likes and all the things that you desire from social media is not healthy. And so appropriate age is important, and limiting that is important. So we'll do part 2 because we had a great time. Would you say, Brad?
I would
How about you,
say so,
Chris?
yeah.
I thought it was just really wonderful.
What's the name of the author on that book?
I don't have it on me
Oh,
right
I was
now.
just curious. If his first name was Stephen.
I have a flyer, extra flyer. I'll give it to you before
Yeah,
we leave.
I don't
Yeah.
remember off the top of my head.
I was just curious because I was watching a sermon on during the week from a local church, and they brought up this actual title of this book.
The
and-
Anxious Generation.
Yes, and I'm thinking it's the same one. So
He's been on the national circuit
Yeah.
for at least a year and a half, 2 years now.
Mhm.
Because he's on a mission to have parents just like rein this back in. So we'll see what
because
happens.
it sounds like some of the things that he was talking about in his sermon. That's why I asked. I'm wondering if it's the same book.
Yeah. So, Bricky Kids Preschool open house coming up. And then date with your dad at the Hobart Middle School cafeteria. That'll be a lot of fun. And the famous Bricky Maker Innovator Showcase coming up April 8th.
That'll be here before we know it.
It will be.
All right. Our next item on the agenda is comments, and we'll start with you, Dr. Buffington, again.
Well, I just want to congratulate our girls wrestling team and our medal winners. That was totally exciting. And, you know, to just be a sanctioned sport now and to see how well our students did is just really rewarding. So that's just really exciting. And, of course, we have the weather, tundra outside and, you know, e-learning tomorrow. And just want everybody to stay safe and warm. It will warm up in the afternoon, and I will allow them to play basketball against my better judgment. I mean, it's only going to be -16 wind chill, which is a lot better than -27. It's just difficult to reschedule all of that stuff, but I still would prefer that people stay home on that kind of stuff, but we'll see. Other than that, we're just busy bees, just making sure that things are running accordingly, and I'm sure I forgot something.
You cooked this week.
I did cook this week. I will say, I do not like 4-day weeks. Everybody who knows me knows that, and to come back and have to cook on Tuesday immediately was a little like surprise. It was on my schedule. I will say we had a ton of kids in there though, and we had a great time, and we got it all accomplished. And we were giving them ideas and concepts for Super Bowl so that they could go home and do Super Bowl stuff, and it turned out really great. I'm sure as other people, I will forget something and come back later if I don't remember it.
Mr. Glover?
Oh, and I do want to say thank you to Mr. Glover for the financial reports. Great job.
Not much. Congratulations to the award winners in the group here today. Very awesome. A lot of excellent people on that list, and we're very fortunate to have.
I don't think that's it. A lot of years of dedicated service.
Mr. King?
Just kind of off of what Peggy said about the parent night, it was a great parent night. I too wish there were more people, but I'm hopeful that maybe part 2, there'll be some talk, and maybe that'll get some more people to come. This was our 3rd in the parent night series that we're kind of going through, so it seems to me, I wasn't at the first one, but I was at the second and third one, and this one had more than the prior one I was at, so maybe it's just building up, so I think that could be good.
Yes, and remember, one of the parents, she basically said, I couldn't come to the second one, do you have the presentation? And so she emailed me this morning and I sent it to her. So that's really, it's encouraging.
And then just congratulations to all the recognition. Tonight, the football players are always impressive with both their academics and their athletics. That's cool. And to the staff members that were recognized, Mr. Rogers, of course, that's very deserved, and Grace. I think that's really cool to receive an award like that your senior year. It just really just shows, your character and who you are and who you've been and how far you've grown. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Longer?
Just echo what Chris said. Congratulations to both of our award winners on the board. Don, please extend our congratulations to Jackie as well.
All righty, Mr. Cosby?
Yeah, definitely love to see my football boys up there. This is kind of like the last thing that we recognize from the 25 season. We had our kickoff meeting for 2026 football last night with our parents, so we get about 6 weeks off from banquet to January meeting, and we're already in full swing preparing for this coming fall. So it was great to see those kids. It's a great group of boys. Very proud of them, their accomplishments, both on and off the field and in the community. Obviously, it's wonderful to see so many of our school city employees on the city list for awards. Even a special congratulations to Grace and to Coach and your wife. Please extend our congratulations to her as well. Other than that, everybody try to stay warm.
Mr. Rogers?
Congratulations, Grace. It took me 80 years to get it.
I knew he was gonna say something funny.
Showing you up.
Jeez. I think it's always impressive to have athletes here like we had tonight and the meeting before. It's always nice to see the people that represent our school. And being on the sideline, I will tell you that they were great representatives this year, and they accomplished a great deal. And they do put in the extra work. And let's stay warm tomorrow.
Yes,
How
sir.
are you?
That's right. Mr. Keen?
I know everybody's already said it, but I'm going to say it again. Congratulations to John and Jackie and to Grace. Very well deserved. I have just a little bit of a report from the last Parks Board meeting, which we had since our last board meeting. They are moving along with Festival Park. They have everything in place that they need, so they're actually working on the design now of what they're going to be doing. They have a couple events coming up. They have a kids Nerf event, and they have a Valentine party kind of event going on that they're going to do at the community center February 14th. For adults, I believe it's $100 for a couple with limited spots, but it's kind of a dinner that's catered by Bon V that they're putting together. So they have some flyers for that on their website. I have additional flyers if anybody wants them, but that's what I got from the Parks Board meeting on the 12th.
Thank you. Mr. Schultz?
As always, we appreciate you guys over there, and congratulations to Grace and Coach and Jackie. Football team was great to see. Girls wrestling is impressive. We always have a lot of good things going on here. I can't remember them all, but keep up the good work.
Thank you. Shujin?
All right. I'm very grateful to be a part of all the awesome recognition tonight. It's always cool to see not only your peers, but as well as members of the school board and our community get recognized. So congratulations to Mr. Rogers. Congratulations to Grace. Congratulations to everyone we gave awards to tonight that was recognized. And I hope everyone stays safe and nice and warm tomorrow, and safe travels if you're going anywhere.
I I just want to thank everyone for the congratulations. I am very honored to receive that award. I also want to congratulate Mr. Rogers and his wife on that award that they got, as well as everyone else that's on that list, even if they aren't a Brickie. But those Brickies hold a certain place in my heart. I know it's going to be cold tomorrow, but at the basketball game, HOSA is hosting our Coaches versus Cancer, where we raise money through a Dash for Cash and a half-court shot for the American Cancer Society. And then we're also having a HOSA fundraiser there, selling some baked goods to help fund us attend SLC, or State Leadership Conference, where we get to compete in different medical activities and get to meet other people who are like-minded and are interested in the medical field. So you could stay warm all day and then maybe pop out to the basketball game.
There you go. That's a good reason to have the basketball game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Mr. Porras?
Yes, I'd like to congratulate once again Mr. and Mrs. Rogers for their honor, and Grace also.
Thank you.
You guys have definitely to represent Hobart in the best way possible, and keep up the good work. One quick note about the girls wrestling team. They did have 6 young ladies go to state. 4 of them ended up placing, and we had a freshman that took first,
That was cool.
Corabella Wesley.
Yes.
So she definitely has a good start to her wrestling career. And definitely stay warm tomorrow and be safe.
I would like to congratulate Don and Jackie as well. I find it fun that it's both of them and not just Mr. Rogers by himself. Wink, wink. And then Grace, same to you. You are just such a well-rounded young lady, and we are so proud that you sit with us and that you represent us very well.
Thank you.
And we know that your future is very bright. To the football players, a job always well done. They do well on and off the field, so congrats to them. And Mr. Glover, thank you for the graphs and the pictures. I like the pictures better than the numbers. And with that, I'm going to end the meeting.